Take two. What's up, guys? This is Watch Strappin, and these aren't watch reviews at all. They're just quick, on the fly wristwatch check of the day with strap of choice. And today I've got on the Farer Bernina Chronograph Sport. It's really nice chronograph. Hope to do a review on this really soon. Got a lot of things to say about this. Yeah, it's just probably one of my current top two favorite picks of in my collection, and I don't have as much as I used to too, so that's kind of saying a lot too. I've been carefully considering a couple of things, and uh, just trying to get my stuff focused, and uh, really getting a select few for long-term enjoyment and use, and we'll take it from there. But I definitely think this is gonna make the cut finally. That's why I haven't done any state of the watch collections. It's just my collection just keeps changing every month. It seems like not quite stable enough. So I think I'm getting there. I'm just still waiting for one more piece, and I think it'll be really set, and I'll be enjoying to looking forward to rather. Speaking about those, and why I've come to the decision I've come to add to my collection and remove some, perhaps. Anyways, enough of that. We're talking about this. So yeah, this is a manual wine chronograph. I wish my other hand was free so that I could start the chronograph for you. Hang on, let me just do this. Okay, quick pause, and there you go. It works with a nice snap of the upper right button there, and you can see the chronograph running. Today this is on a Cheapestnatostrap. It's, I guess, for lack of a better term, and of course there's so many of these elastic straps now. There's variations of them. They call this a Marine Nationale style. If Marine Nationale is just like NDC, and I believe they are like the official suppliers, and they make the Marine Nationale style, the true ones, in original form, this ain't it. Definitely, it's a detachment. The whole configuration is different. Besides not being 21 millimeters and green with the yellow stripes, which is what they are supposed to be, I think. This is 20 millimeters. It doesn't have green. It doesn't have any stripe. It is elastic. It's pretty good material. Whether it's true parachute material, and I'm not sure about that, but I've owned several different ones, and it seems pretty darn close to it. So whatever. Um, Anyways, yeah. So it's elastic. Uh, it wasn't clear exactly how to wear this. I mean, I looked at the pictures online. At first, I just assumed it was one of the two or three that I've had in the past, and I kind of went with that. When I got it, it's like, I had this attached a different way. It's kind of hard to show without my other hand and maybe off of the wrist, but it's almost like this. But actually, this piece that you see here, the second layer underneath, in between my wrist and the top layer, I guess, that didn't fold underneath this part as it does, because you can see how it works. Is that I basically opened it up, and then my skin is directly in contact with the case back, and so that part wraps around this side and comes back around where this hook is, and then you hook it on this way. The way I have this configured is actually very much like the way the Watch Steward has their minimalist configuration, which is actually one of my favorite configurations. You don't have to have that layer underneath the watch, so it keeps it nice and flat as possible. The one layer wouldn't kill it. No layers definitely should wear as low to the wrist as possible without as little lift up from any material directly underneath the watch, right? But it does work that way, the way that's configured. But as you can see, I think the length could be a bit more. I'm always this is adjustment. So if it goes the other way, it'll be even shorter and tighter. So I'm already at the maximum, and my wrist isn't the largest either. It's less than just under 7 inches. So yeah, if anyone wanted to get this and try it like this way, you're gonna have to have at least as large a wrist, or small, yes, a wrist as I have. Um, Otherwise, it's going to be way too tight, and I don't think you're going to want to, even though it's elastic, you don't want to have it that tight on your wrist. This just works around without feeling like I'm choking my wrist, it's within that limit. The other way I had it configured is I didn't run this part underneath. It just actually did go underneath uh, the, I kept it underneath the watch. So there is a layer then, so you can imagine that's actually over my wrist instead of under. And then when that's done, you can you actually, it frees up because you don't have all this material basically double running underneath your wrist. So you have that much more to play with, in terms of length. And so you can slide this buckle back, and it'll be somewhere on this other side. I think it's where it ended up, and this will be a little bit higher up towards this side of the wrist, and it basically connects the same way that way. But um, there is no material between that and the buckle or the hook, I guess. And you can see there, um, it'll touch directly onto your wrist. It's not, the edges are smooth enough and they won't cut into you, but it may leave a slight impression on your wrist the way this is designed, if without the material in between. So, yeah. So, it works. You can get it looser and certainly will fit larger wrists that way. But, um, the way I see it in most of the watches, straps of this type that I have, there's material between this and the hook. So then at least that kind of helps make it more comfortable. I don't know. I just don't like the idea of this particular hardware up against my wrist. Even though it actually is not irritating or anything, it'll work fine. Um, I just prefer some material between it. I think it just adds a nice layer just to make sure it doesn't, you just don't want that metal buckle at the ends of it where it's kind of, it'll make a mark on your wrist and then, take a while for it to disappear. But as it is here, you won't get that, obviously, because the material, the strap itself is in between and covering that, and I guess padding it or blocking it, whatever. Also, the other way that I had it, where the metal would be touching directly, and this layer is actually underneath the watch, it can be a little bit more finicky to buckle it, just because it's basically an open strap then when you try to put it on and secure it. And so this side that has this, I guess, the loop part, the smaller part, and then this side of the hook, you kind of have to use two hands or at least multiple fingers to try to get it to actually hold, and then you can latch it on, and then it'll be secure. Versus this way, basically, I mean, that end could still be loose too, obviously, but at least the strap is closed system, as you can see, once you try to secure it onto your wrist. So in that sense, you have less chance of that watch dropping off of your wrist and perhaps damaging it if you don't hold it over something closely, like a tabletop or something padded, just in case you lose your grip or whatever. At least this is still attached to your wrist, basically. It's looped around, and then you just got to fiddle with the buckle still anyways. But it may be confusing. Some of you who have these straps will probably know what I'm talking about. God, I need to put a strap video together anyways. But this is how I like it. It just fits. And anyways, I think this red looks great with this watch. Obviously, it just gives it a nice sporty feel, and it matches the red pretty good. I think pretty perfectly. And I got no complaints here. Anyways, it's getting long. I gotta get my ass going on my Sunday, and so yeah, I will see you in the next. Thanks. Bye.